Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another beautiful Sunday. And of course, I'm always looking forward to seeing you on Africa Rise with Susan West. And remember to share this watch party, this broadcast, of course, with your friends as you join. Also, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is _ Susan West. Follow and like our page on Facebook. Yes, it is _ Susan West, and Instagram is _ Susan West. So today we're live on Instagram as well as Facebook and YouTube. And our guest today is Mary Martins, London. I am super excited because it's all about fashion. It's all about inspiring. It's all about motivating us to follow our dreams. And of course, some really mind-blowing achievements that you just join in and just enjoy yourself and learn a thing or two from today's broadcast and be motivated. All right. So right about now, I'm going to bring Mary Martins, London. Remember, create watch parties. All right. Hello, Mary. Hello.
Hi, how are you? How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Right.
Having a relaxing day after I went to church this morning and now I'm having a relaxing day.
Did you go to church physically or online?
Oh, physically. I've started going back to church from 3 weeks ago.
Really? I didn't realize that was allowed because my church haven't informed me that I can come in for physical worship. And wow.
I go to the Jesus Christ is Lord Church with Pastor Ruth. She's from Ghana. She's like a prophetess, which is a beautiful church.
Right.
You know, we were doing it online, but now we're doing it like in the church.
Right. So welcome to Africa Rise with Susan West. Just before we go on having our chat, I just want to play a little clip for our viewers to see what Mary Martin is about, what your brand is about, and just give me a moment.
I mean, it's a very controversial issue, but you know, how many other collections are you expected to kind of see promoting or at least celebrating that today?
Well, last time, if you remember, I did the Hidden Queen collection with all the black faces of us, black women under the clothes, the Hidden Queens, with the veils on the top. So I thought this year, why not celebrate this, the anniversary of the slaves? Because the reason why is because they celebrate St. Christopher, they celebrate Christmas. So I'm celebrating my ancestors because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here.
I love that. I love that. Now, obviously, African Fashion Week is huge. It's gone from strength to strength. But what do you think is the next step for the event?
The next step for the event is to maybe do it twice a year, like the Fashion Week.
Yes.
February, September, do it twice a year, spring, autumn. There's no spring, autumn in Africa, but spring, autumn in London. Just bring on as many designers as you can that you find.
Right. So yes, you know what? The fact that you could even think about celebrating your ancestors and you're right, you know, other people have St. Patrick's Day, they have all these things. And so what inspired you? Let's start by, just taking it from, like what inspired you to want to do I don't know what it's called now, with your fashion statement, wanting to celebrate your ancestors?
Okay. Like prior to this, I had done my collection, which was called the Hidden Queen collection, where I had the faces made on print of the Black African Queen and the Black African ladies with the head wraps and hair in cane roll, and I put them underneath the dresses, and I put the veils over the top, the tulle, to cover their faces, and that was called the Hidden Queen collection because I see us as queens, and we have been hidden for years and years and years. So after that show was very, very successful, then I went on to do Blood, Sweat and Tears, which is the collection I was talking about. Blood, Sweat and Tears was a salute to the ancestors, the slaves, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here now. And nobody salutes the slaves. Everybody's talking about the ancestors, the ancestors. So why don't we do things to salute the slaves who fought for us to be where we are now? This is my passion. That was my passion. That was my inspiration.
Right. Oh wow, that's powerful, because we're all about now wanting to create awareness and raise the consciousness, Black consciousness, in the minds of all Africans, regardless if you're continental or diasporan, because it's very important. So one of the fashion shows that you've had was about you talked about the Hidden Queen, something to do with the Hidden Queen. Do you want to talk to us about what the
Hidden Queen? The Hidden Queen collection. I teamed up with a print designer, Stella, and she did the prints for me with the African ladies with the head wraps and the head wraps, the ladies with the Black women with the hair in cane roll. She did that for me, and I put them underneath the dresses, and then I covered it with a lot of tulle, because that was called the Hidden Queen collection, because I find the Black women, we are the queens, but we've been hidden. So that was the idea behind that inspiration for that collection.
Wow, absolutely. We are queens, but we've been hidden, or sometimes we just don't realize that we are queens. So this is about bringing us back to that consciousness of the royalty that we are as Black women.
Exactly.
So
and coming back to the collection of the slaves in the trees. Hold on. Coming back to the collection of slaves in the trees. Oh God. I've actually got the print here, which I made myself. Right. And it was the slaves looking through the trees. There you go. That's the print, the slaves in the trees print. So they were looking through the tree. And that's the print I put all over my male collection, my first male collection, to celebrate the ancestors.
Right. So is that something you designed yourself?
That is something I designed. I did that last year. That was my last year collection in August at the Freemasons Hall with the African Fashion Week London. I designed all the prints myself because I just finished my degree last year, July the 19th. I passed my degree for fashion and textiles, so I thought I'd celebrate by doing that collection. Right.
So I also have a video for your celebrating your African ancestors. So I'd like for the viewers to see that as well. Give me a moment to play that quickly. Sorry, there's so much to
look at.
Yes.
What's going on? So, first up, is this the first time that you've shown at Africa Fashion Week?
No, it's not the first time that I've shown, but it's the first time I've shown a man's collection. It's the first time I've ever done a man's collection.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully I can get some people.
Oh, I'll play the next one. Give me a moment.
Myself. Secondly, what inspired the collection?
The inspiration for the collection is 400 years slave. The collection is called Blood, Sweat and Tears, and it's like a salute to the ancestors.
All right, let's just go on with the conversation. What is it that of course you've talked about I heard the footage where you were talking about why you had to celebrate your African ancestors in your prints. How far have you been able to spread the message of celebrating your African ancestors through your work?
Well, the thing is, it all stems from me from a young child being in school and not having
Right.
any of the not having any black history at all. No black history at all, not knowing anything about any black history. And the worst thing, I lived in Wales. I was born in Wales and then I came to London. I didn't
Right.
even know I was black until I came to London and started facing all of these racist comments and everything else. So basically, because I had been celebrating Father Christmas, St. Andrew, St. Patrick, all these things when I was young, as soon as I
Yeah.
was able to find out about my black history, I thought I'd want to celebrate this because this is my history, and this is what pushed me towards this collection.
Right. So talking about racism, you didn't even know, according to what you said, you didn't even know all these things. You were raised in Wales, and then how did racism affect you as a child born in Wales in the United Kingdom and growing up? How did it affect you?
Well, it affected me a lot because my mother and my father were ministers, and I was from a family of 13. And of course, I was the seventh child, six above, six below. And I was
Oh,
taunted in school. I was taunted in school. I was even having the racist problems with the teachers. The teachers used to tell me I'm making the school a jungle. It was so appalling. And I didn't know what to do because I didn't even know what it was. But all I knew, I just wanted to get away from it all. And this is when I used to run away from school. And that's why I ended up in the children's home.
oh, wow. The teachers also said all
They
that
used to
stuff.
say to me, I'm making the school a jungle. They used to say all these horrible things to me, and I didn't like it because I just didn't like it at all. And the worst thing for me, the main thing that I was worried about is when I used to say things back to the teachers because they said that to me. When they used to say,
Right.
I'm going to call your father, that's the one who I was frightened of when he comes to the school with his belt.
Oh, wow.
He comes
Yeah.
to the school with his
Your
belt.
father is very, the way we were raised in Africa, it's
Oh,
that way. You don't talk to African values does not allow you to talk back at elders.
yeah, exactly.
Right. So
Exactly. It's very,
one of the things that really stood out to me, just before I go ahead, yes, I can see you, Steven Solutions. One of our fans, he follows the program. He's always there. Diane Medway, hello, I can see you. And Kyoko Moli watching from Kenya. You're welcome. You're welcome. So also Sue Marie on Instagram and Chuku on Instagram. Yes, I can see you. I'm gonna keep
oh,
acknowledging you
hello.
guys as we go. Hello. So you talked about something that is mind blowing for me is when I got to chat with you, you made mention of learning to read and write only 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Now, if you said that to me and you're from Africa, anywhere in Africa, I'm not going to go, oh, like, wow, but how can you, born in the United Kingdom, grown up in this country, not know how to read and write? And you mentioned that you were in school at some point when you were very young. So you
Yeah.
have experienced school. How is it possible that you went to school as a young child and ended up
Yeah,
only learning to
I
read and
went to
write
school. Yeah,
years
I was
ago?
learning, but I didn't really get the hang of it because of all the racism which was going on in the school. And
Mm,
to be a young child living in the late like 60s, it was very,
mm,
very hard. It was very, very hard. So and then I ran away from the establishment, the school, and then that's when my life started going all over the place because went in about 20 different children's homes because I couldn't stay in any of them because of the racism. So I didn't really settle to really get any full education. So I educated myself just like 6, 7 years ago. And I got through with it because I used to just get my friends to write or I asked my boyfriends to read. I just got
yeah.
through with it because that was the way of my life. And maybe this is why
Wow.
I'm so creative, because I used to use my creative energy and do other things.
Right.
you know
So that would mean that racism had such great impact on you that you weren't interested in education or school.
no, no, I wasn't.
Until so 6 years ago, how was that easy? How was it easy for you to then catch up to learning
Okay.
to read and write. I think you're a genius. I think you're a
All right,
genius
then
to be able
I kept saying to myself every year, oh, I'm gonna go to the adult education. I'm gonna go to the adult education. And every time I
Right.
went there, I sat down and I was always the oldest in the class. So I felt embarrassed. So I didn't
Oh,
stay. And I kept saying, oh God, I wish I could stay, but I felt really embarrassed. And
right.
then like about 6, 7 years ago, I said to myself, you know, Mary, go back to that adult center and just sit in there. Don't worry about the other people if they're younger than you. Just sit there and get what you need. And I thought, yeah, I better just do that. So I sat in the class, done the English and the maths, and got my certificates, and I left. And then from
Right.
there, I went to the LCCA, London College of Contemporary Arts, which
Right.
they accepted me down there to do the Fashion and Textiles course, the HND. And I
Mm.
also graduated on the HND in, I think it was 2017, I think. I graduated there. And then from there, I went straight to university to finish the degree. And that's all I did. That's what I did. And I passed my degree.
So you learned to read and write only 6 years ago, but you're able to go to university and
Yeah,
even graduate with.
yeah,
I
exactly.
think there's some genius somewhere. It doesn't happen. This is not how it happens normally when people have delayed time in trying to get an education. Well done. Congratulations.
Well,
And we are
definitely.
super inspired. The story you have told here will inspire someone out there who thinks that it's too late or it's going to be almost impossible because they are a certain age and they cannot read and write anymore. You went all the way to uni, not just learning kindergarten stuff. So
Yeah, but I had a little hiccup on the second one when I wanted to go and do the HND in the London College of Contemporary Art. When I
yeah,
brought my work and showed the dean said to me, "Oh, did you do that work?" And I said, "Yes, I did." And he said, "Well,
wow.
you know about if you can do all that, you know about fashion, you know everything. So we're not going to let you in the university." And I said, "Oh, I don't know about fashion." He said, "But did you do all that?" I said, "Yeah, the drawings and
Right,
everything, and the
right.
clothes." But I said, "I don't know nothing about fashion." And he said, "I can't come to the university." So I went away and I saw a friend of mine in Soho. I was telling him the story, and he basically said to me, "Mary, don't give up, just go back." So I went back
Right.
a few weeks later and I put on a ginger wig, and I saw the lady, one of the lecturers, one of the ladies, and she said she's going to give me the chance, and that's how I got the chance to get in there.
Right.
You know.
Thank
Yeah.
goodness for the opportunity. Yes, Glory JJ, I see you on Instagram. Wonderful academic transformation, she says.
Thank you.
Yeah. So for someone who only I keep emphasizing who only learned to read and write 6 years ago, how did you? Of course, you have started doing fashion long before then. Am I right?
Well, I was doing hints and bits of fashion because my daughter, I used to kind of try and make clothes, and I
Right.
just because I didn't go to university, because I hadn't had any schooling, so therefore I wasn't able to follow their tutorials. So I had to create a way of sewing and doing things in my own way, which I did.
Right.
You know. So I found a way to sew and created a way which was suitable for me. And this is why my clothes were different to everybody else's, because I didn't have that kind of a training. It was my own
Right.
self-taught tutorials, which I used to teach myself, you know.
So what's your connection with Africa? How important is Africa to you? When I talk about Africa, I mean like the physical Africa.
Oh, sorry. Oh gosh. So my wait there. So my father's parents, my father's born in Jamaica.
Sorry,
Could you hear me?
Mary. Sorry, Mary. I just realized I'm the only one showing up on Instagram. Do you want to join us on Instagram as well? That just skipped my mind. Do you want to join us so they're hearing your voice and they can't see you?
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. And the voice has gone very low. What do I press on Instagram?
Request to join.
Yeah, where do you do that?
Oh, sorry.
I don't know.
Click on my profile picture. Click on my profile picture and request to join.
Yeah. Oh, I can see you. Okay, where's the request? Oh, there you go.
Oh, right.
I press it.
Yes. Okay, so you're gonna come on
That
Instagram
press.
now. Sorry, guys, stick with us
Oh, I'm
because
just
it's not
joining,
fair
just
for
joining.
people on Instagram that they can't see her but
There we
only
go.
hear her voice.
There we go. I've got it.
Yeah,
There we
yeah,
go.
you're
I
here.
can
You're here.
hear you.
I can hear you
Hi, everybody.
now. Kill that sound. Right. Okay. Okay. So let's just go ahead. Can you mute yourself on Instagram, please?
Mute myself. Oh God. I can't even see the mute because I haven't got my glasses on. I can hear you, yeah.
So basically, my last question was, what's your relationship with Africa?
Yeah, I was saying my father is Jamaican, but his parents were Ghanaian. But it was in Jamaica, but he was born in Jamaica, but his parents are actually Ghanaian.
Sorry, baby, give me a moment. There is an echo. If you could put yourself on Instagram so that it doesn't interfere.
Oh, I can't see the mute button. Where is it?
Yes, Diana.
I can't see the mute button. I can't see it.
Oh Lord. I guess we have to make do with what we have on Instagram today. All right.
There we go. What about that? Is that better?
Until we start talking,
Or
probably.
maybe I'll just come off. Should I just come off Instagram?
No,
Should I
because
just
there
come
are
off
people on
Instagram?
Instagram who want to see you as well. That's all
Okay,
right.
it sounds a lot better.
Yeah. All right. So go ahead and talk to us about what your relationship is with Africa, how you're able to, bring your work to Africa, and how you're collaborating with the people on the continent.
Okay. Yeah. So I travel to Africa. I'm in Ghana a lot. Oh, it's not very good. I'm in Ghana a lot. I'm in Ghana a lot. Is that better?
Yeah, just go ahead. Kill that sound.
Yeah, I go to Ghana a lot. I do the Mercedes. Because I do the Mercedes Benz fashion week in Accra every year.
Oh, there is an echo. There is an echo.
Yeah, sorry about that. Oh God, I don't know what to do. Should I come off?
Okay.
I don't know.
You can just come off Instagram. Yes, just come off Instagram because we're not able to hear you properly.
Okay. Sorry.
Go ahead.
There we
Go
go.
ahead. Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. So yeah, so I go to Ghana because I go to do the Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week every year, and I also travel around Africa to the different countries to do fashion shows.
Right.
I love Africa. I feel at home in Africa. It's a beautiful, beautiful place, and I've been awarded in 2015 Design in Africa by the Fashion Festival, the Mercedes-Benz, and last year I got the Fashion Fusion Inspirational Design from Accra. That was the 30th of December. So I've been continuing to get a lot of awards from Birmingham's best designer in Scotland. I just keep getting awards, and I have to say it's by the grace of God. It's only God that can give you or knows what your life is going to be or how you're going to be in life. And I have to thank God for his grace and his glory and for everything that he's done for me. And if you're an inspiring designer and you want to start your designs, I think it's best if you believe in what you're doing and never ever give up. At times I said I was going to give up because I thought I couldn't do this, or I couldn't put in the zip, or I couldn't do the waistband, but I knew I had made this promise with God that I'd do it to the best of my ability, Lord. So I just kept going, and God actually bless my hands. So never give up on any of your dreams or anything that you want to do, because nothing is impossible. Nothing at all.
Absolutely nothing is impossible. Absolutely nothing. So this work, do you also work with African fabrics?
Because I make my own fabrics now. I used to do African fabrics, but the way I do my clothes is just, I'm in a world of my own. I'm just in a world of my own. I just do my own thing, because you have to remember, I've taught myself to sew, so I'm not like anybody else. I create, I think I'm a fashion artist because I create fashion. And I like to create new ways of doing things. And the reason I have to create new ways of doing things is because I've got the mentality from years ago where I couldn't read and write. So I have to say to myself, oh, Mary, if you can't do it that way, do it this way. So I'm always inventing new ways of doing things.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely. So also have you tried to break into any other market other than the one here and in Africa, like Hollywood, for instance?
Well, not really, because I was studying for my degree and I only finished last year, July. But this year I've been working on my collection to do it like ready to wear so I can start selling online. I mean, my website is www.marymartinlondon.com. I get like 1,000 viewers a week. So I thought to myself, it's about time I start selling my clothes. I've got no more studying to do, so I'm fully focused now on getting the brand up and running after I've made the brand's name.
Right. So how would you say, with trending situation of Black consciousness, how would you say the latest events around the world as regards to Black Lives Matter and all the you know, what's going on around the world, how would you say that will influence your work going forward?
Well, I think to myself, I can't see there being bricks and buildings anymore. I can't see that anymore. I think everything's going to be online. I think it's going to be a digital fashion industry online. And this is what I'm working towards now. And I think it's a lot better anyway, because, you know, I think it's more fun searching online for different brands and different people. And, you know, it's always Gucci, Chanel and all the top brands out there. I mean, you know, we should try and find some other brands and, you know, support each other and you know, just really look out for each other and see what we can do to help each other, really.
Right. So what other, where do you see yourself with now Black people waking up to wanting to be Black, to be African, to wear African, to promote Africa? Where do you see yourself going with as far as your design and your work, your fashion goes? Where do you see yourself?
Well, as I always say to people, I've never ever, I knew to myself, England, where it was when I was young, there was so much racism. I've never seen myself here like a Chanel or a this or, you know, Mary Quant or whatever. I always say to myself, I'm going to be the Gucci of Africa. I've always said that to myself from I started putting my material on the machine. I've always wanted to be the Gucci of Africa. And I think by the grace of God, I think that's where my aims are, and that's what I'm going to be.
Absolutely. The Gucci of Africa, even more. Africa has over 1 billion people, and with the awakening going on and the consciousness going on and Africans embracing Africa and everything that is African, the market is, the sky is vast and big enough for you to become even bigger than these people that you have used to benchmark how big you're going to be. And so have you had any opportunities to collaborate with continental Africans who are in the fashion industry?
Well, I'm going to be doing some work with a friend of mine in South Africa. He's like the Gucci South Africa, Pulse. So hopefully I'm going to get him over here to come and do some work with me, myself and Pulse. He's the only one that I really would say that I'd work with at the minute, because I really love his work. I really love his work. I'm sorry, do you know it's really difficult for me at the minute because somebody tried to ring my phone and the volume's gone tiny. It's gone very low.
Oh, but I can hear you clearly. I know what you mean. I sometimes have to deal with
Yeah.
that as well. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly also yes, you've inspired Diane Medway, who's watching on Facebook. She says, true, I'll take that with me. Never give up. Yes. So I'm
That's it.
gonna
Never give
also
up.
I'm gonna go ahead and play a little more of some of your work. Okay, these are this is not a video. I'm trying to there is a video.
That's all pictures.
Oh, those are beautiful. Is that a wedding gown?
Yeah, that was inspired by the Princess and Meghan, the royal collection. I did all the
Right.
dresses in different colors, but I just did one white dress because she wasn't a virgin. So that's the inspiration for that collection, the royal collection.
How when you mentioned because she wasn't a virgin, did she say that to you, or you just assumed that?
Oh no, she was married before. She was married before.
Right, you're right.
She wasn't just Harry. She's been married to. She's been divorced and married again.
And so
And
you
that's why you see in this collection, the wedding collection, I had locks on the hair because her mother had locks. I infused.
sorry,
You still got a picture up. You still got the picture up.
so what is this
So can I say the Article 10, the Royal Collection was called Article 10, the Royal Collection, because
Right.
Harry, Article 10, the Royal Collection, Article 10, the Royal Collection, Article 10 is the freedom of creativity. So
Right.
Harry had the freedom of creativity to pick his bride. That was the
Right.
idea around that
That's the
collection.
idea. So what's the clip I just played is fashion on the move, and I see there's a lot of I can see Kenya, I can see Masai. I'm not sure if it's Masai Mara I saw, but what? Just talk to us about what fashion on the move is about.
Okay, so I had been in my home since February, and I hadn't been out anywhere because I was with this COVID-19, and I was in my bed for 4 weeks. I couldn't move.
Right.
So I'd been in my house from February, and then a friend of mine came and took me out in June. She took me out in June in the car. But I decided, I was out and she was driving, and I started filming and thinking, oh my God, I was so excited. It's like I've just landed on a new planet, and look at all these beautiful buildings and things. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm seeing all the fashion jumping around in my head, and places I'd want to go and places I'd want to see. So I thought to myself, oh my God, I saw these visions of the fashion. I thought, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I need to do fashion on the move. It's like fast fashion. And so I thought to myself, okay, when you get back, you just put it in there, put it there. And I'd say anything I do, I let God guide me. And that's exactly how I did that video. It was a fluke, but I really enjoyed the video. And that was excitement of being out and, you know, being in the fashion industry. Nothing wasn't moving, but I wanted that fashion to move. And that's how that video came about.
Right. So you said it was a fluke, but you enjoyed it. Do you look forward?
Oh yeah, no, it was a fluke. Me making the video, because I actually made that video myself. I'm not a videographer, but I was blessed and I made the video.
Yeah. So are you looking forward to making it for real when COVID allows you to travel around the world again?
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait to be up in the air and somewhere else. But I mean, at the minute though, it's not really safe. I'm stuck in quarantine, or anything like that. It's bad enough being locked in your house, going on an airplane and being stuck in quarantine for 14 days. It's all too much. It's all too much. I feel like we're in Noah's Ark and we're waiting for God to open the door and say we're allowed out.
Right.
That's how it feels.
That is for a lot of spiritually minded people. They would agree with you that yes, that's what it feels like. Noah's Ark.
Yeah.
So,
but on the other hand, the good thing about it is when you're locked indoors, you get to know who your children are. You get to know your husband.
You bet. I have had so much time to rediscover my children and my family in totality, because there are things that the hustle and bustle of city life would not let you, take notice of if you're not careful. So,
yeah.
Mary, what would you say to young women, young people generally, everywhere around the world, especially in Africa, Black people, about taking off, about not waiting for the right opportunity, the right moment, or having it all to be able to do something for themselves, put themselves in, basically get themselves at a place where they are not at the mercy of another human being creating opportunities for them?
Well, this is the idea of me not going to school, so I'm not at the mercy of anybody.
Right.
And I've had to struggle. I mean, the first time that I thought I had this creative thing about me. My daughter, I couldn't afford the clothes for her to go to school, so I went to the shop, and this lady, she gave me a big roll of fabric for £20, and it was green.
Right.
So all of her clothes for the next year were green, and I made them all, and that was like making something out of nothing. All of the children in the school laughed at her and called her a pixie because she was wearing green clothes every time. So I decided to go down to the school, and this is making something out of nothing. I decided to go down to the school and speak to the headmistress and say, could I do a fashion show? She said, yes. I do the fashion show for the children. So I made all the green clothes, and all the kids in the school had the green clothes on up the catwalk. And after the show, all the mothers bought the green clothes, so everybody was wearing green clothes.
Wow.
So that was one of my journeys, which I thought I made something out of nothing. They were laughing at my daughter because she's always wearing green clothes, but now the last laugh is on you because they had all the green clothes.
Oh wow!
And that's when I thought to myself, the first time I can make something out of nothing. You can go around, you could get scraps of fabric from people. You can get scraps that people don't even want. You could sew all them scraps of fabric together and start making things. You can make clothes, you can make bags, never throw anything away because things are always useful and handy. So if you've got loads of, somebody who sews, or, they got loads of scraps, you can sew all them little bits of scraps together. Okay, fabric. So you sew all the little scraps together and you start creating from the little scraps, and you start selling and investing back in yourself. There's a lot of things that you can do. You just think, put your mind to it. And when some people are really desperate and you haven't got nowhere to look or nothing to do in life, but you think you haven't got nowhere to go, or you think you can't do anything, look deep down within yourself, because everybody is born with the creator inside them. Like I always say, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, and he's created us in his image. So if God has created me in his image, I can create what I want. I can never say no. So anything I want, if I'm in God's image, I'm a creator. You're a creator. So let's create.
I am a firm believer of making something out of nothing. And like you said, if we're truly made in the likeness of God, and he is a maker, he's a creator, he's an inventor, we have the ability to also do so.
Exactly.
And so I'm going to play another clip of your work because it speaks for itself.
The Royal Connection.
suis togolaise. Je vis en Suisse, mais en ce moment, je suis à Londres pour la Fashion Week de Londres. Donc, en fait, je vous fais ce message juste pour un petit encouragement et tout pour ce que vous faites pour le Togo. Je suis vraiment, vraiment fière de vous et continuez comme ça et j'espère.
Right. So that is, I believe, is that in France or in Togo?
She's French, but they speak French in Togo. You know, she was sending that. She was actually telling the people, the children in the schools in Togo, that they can achieve their dreams, because she's a supermodel in Switzerland, and she was telling them that they can achieve their dreams and always believe in your dreams. And she was showing them the dress that I had made, which she always dances on the catwalk or comes up with some original thing. She's great, and she was just letting the little girls in Togo know that follow your dreams.
Right, follow your dreams. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to. I just want to. You know, you make your fabrics, you make your own fabric, but I am looking forward to seeing what you can do with African fabrics. If you can just do a line or something. I don't know what you guys call it in the.
No, I do work with African fabric. I do. I work with African fabric. This African fabric. Hold on. This African fabric is actually going to be in my next collection.
Right.
It's called The Return. You know, 400 Years Return to Africa. That's my next collection. That is my next collection. Here's one of the dresses. Can you see?
Yes. Yes. That's
what I'm working on at the minute. Right. But I don't really say that I'm going to work with African fabric, because, I mean, I just feel I'm more of a touch. It all depends on the texture of the fabric. I work by texture. It's not, if I see an African print that I like, I'll work with it. But it's more about the texture for me. It's about the texture.
Right.
And the texture of the African prints, you know, it's that expensive laces and everything I like, you know.
But
it's all about texture. I mean, the African prints, I've done clothes with African print, but that's not really my style. That's not my style. And I know that because I've gone through many, many styles and different changes. And the African fabric is not really my style. I've got prints, my own prints, which I'm doing, which I love my prints. They're African influenced, which I will use them. But the African prints isn't really my style of fashion. But I love the African prints. I mean, I love other designers. I love other designers' clothes with the African prints. But for me, that's not a feel which is really, that's not something that I feel. Because, you know, I go by my feel. Because remember, I did law school. So everything has to be on feel and touch for me. But it has to be on feel and touch.
But you can also have African designs or prints made into different texture of fabrics, because I have quite a few African designs and prints on chiffon materials and all the
but I don't like working with chiffon. I don't like working with chiffon. There's certain fabrics I will not work with. I don't like working. Remember, I've started off working with tulle. Everything's been by hand. I've worked with fabrics, which, remember, I'm not a machinist, but I've worked with fabric which is easy for me to work with. I'm not really a full designer. I'm a fashion artist. So I have to work with fabric which I feel comfortable in my hands, the feel and the touch.
Right.
You know?
Okay. So we're almost rounding up. I'm just gonna have a quick read. There is Diane Medway Smith. She is a beautiful sister of mine. She says, please use my son as one of your male models. She's got this gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous boy. If you don't mind.
How old is he?
I'm not sure the age he is. I'm sure she's going to respond to that. So just before.
Okay, then. So to get in contact with me, www.marymartinlondon.com, or hit me on my Instagram, marymartinlondon.com. Just leave me a message, and you know, there's a chance. I never say no to nobody. I always like to give people chances. You know, God gave me a big chance in life, and I always like to help my own, and I'm always willing to push people forward if I think they got the talent. Yes, I will use your son.
He's absolutely gorgeous. I can promise you that. But I'm sure she's gonna get in touch with you. She says he's 22.
Okay.
She says he's 22.
Oh, brilliant!
Brilliant. Yes, he's
brilliant. That's amazing. Yes. That is amazing. Show coming up next year, and I will be using some male models, so I will be needing male models.
Right, absolutely. You know. So quickly, final words before we call it a day on Africa Rise today.
Final words.
Right.
Okay, final word, everybody. Believe in yourself. Don't never ever quit. And don't go down the wrong road. Always stay on the right road, which is leading to the light at the end of the tunnel. Don't cross the road. Don't fall off the road. You'll always get the little devil saying, do this, do that, do this, do that. But stay focused on the road and follow the light at the end of the tunnel, and you will succeed with your dreams.
Absolutely. Follow. Stay on the road. Stay on the road. Stay focused.
Stay on the road of success.
Yes, stay on the road that leads to success. Thank you so much, Mary. I'm super excited, looking forward to your next what's it called now? Show.
And yes, you will be invited. You will be invited.
Yes. You said to
and
me
lovely speaking to you. Lovely speaking to you. Apart from all the little hiccups we've had, lovely speaking to you.
Oh, thank you so much. I look forward to when you do have the next show that we spoke about that is not yet made public. I'm privy to that information. Thank you so much. But when you do get to the point where you want to make it public, I promise to make sure that I use my platforms to advertise the program. So thank you, Mary, and I will have a chat with you again soon. All right, take care now.
All right, then. Stay blessed. Bye.
Bye. Oh, yes. So thank you very much for everyone who's joined us on Instagram. Sorry, some of these tech issues, it's a bit difficult for some people to, be able to navigate different equipment at the same time as far as, social media goes. So sorry that people on Instagram couldn't see Mary Martin most of the broadcast, but for Facebook and YouTube, yes, everything went well. Thank you for joining us, Francis Imbago. Good evening, and everyone else who joined us. Please share this broadcast, and as always, please do remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is _Susan West. Follow and like my page on Facebook _Susan West, and follow me on Instagram. Also remember that as we go into the week, I will be announcing who the next guest on Africa Rise is going to be. The past 2 episodes now, we have done things on fashion. So we're going to go a bit political again for next week. I love you and God bless you. Remember that you will always be a winner as long as you persevere and stay on that road. There is always light at the end of the tunnel. This is Africa Rise with Susan West, and I say goodbye.